Assalamu alaikum. Let's cook. Philadelphia House of Horrors. This right here should be one of the biggest stories in the news, but it's not, and we know why. We'll get into why. You'll get it. But this right here may be one of the biggest serial killers of all time. Who knows? An extensive search of a Philadelphia residence of 44-year-old Eugene Horsch has allegedly uncovered a trove of information, including recordings where two missing Philadelphia women appear to be deceased. The Philadelphia Police Department said this in a press conference this week. Police allegedly uncovered about 600,000 images, 70,000 videos, and 10,000 pages of writings, manuscripts, and drawings in their weeks-long investigation, police confirmed. The women, whose bodies have not been located, were identified by police as Maribel Freses, who was last seen in February of 2018, and Gabrielle Amarando, missing since September 2012. The investigation began on June 19th when Horsch, this guy right here, this Horsch guy, drew a U.S. Park Ranger's attention during an argument in a car with a woman. The woman inside the car was heard saying, "You're going to hurt me." And when the police heard her saying this, that made them go over to the vehicle, check out what's going on. They searched the vehicle and they found fake DEA credentials, a switchblade, 2 firearms. Both of these firearms had missing serial numbers. Now, the woman that was with this guy, Horsch, was carrying the identification with the name Blair Tonzelli. Now, this person named Blair Tonzelli had not been heard from since February of 2023, the real Blair Tonzelli. So she's carrying a fake ID of somebody who has never been heard from for over 3 years now. After they checked this dude out, they went to his house. And when they went to his house, they found 5 urns carrying what is believed to be remains. Urns, people, they found 5 of them with remains in them. They also found a home lab in the basement and various containers filled with unknown oily substance, okay? The medical examiner also said that if these recovered images are unaltered and authentic, based off what they show, the women are believed to be deceased. That's wild.
Developing tonight in Olney, a man is in custody after police say he had guns, a fake law enforcement ID, as well as dangerous chemicals inside his Olney home. The FBI continues to sort through everything they found in that home. Joe Holden is on the case in Olney right now with the very latest. Joe, good evening.
Yuki, good evening. It has been a busy day. So you've mentioned the stockpile of chemicals police say found in a home here along Chew Avenue. Add to that ballistics and narcotics. Tonight, federal investigators in Philadelphia police trying to piece together what it all means. Eugene Horsch sits in jail on weapons and narcotics charges while federal agents and Philadelphia police sift through his Olney home. Investigators say they've uncovered a concerning amount of unknown chemicals and ballistics, all allegedly stockpiled inside the home at 400 Chew with the boarded up windows and multiple security cameras.
It's definitely a strange setup. There's hoses coming from barrels and things like that. So enough to pique our interest.
Horsch, who has prior convictions, was first arrested last week on Independence Mall. Police say he was in possession of guns with obliterated serial numbers, a fake DEA identification badge, as well as the ID of an unidentified woman reported missing in 2023.
There's always concerns when you see something like this that, you know, we're heightened and looking at it. You know, what is he doing at 6th and Market? I mean, we're in the middle of a time now where everything's going to be going on there. So why is he there?
Neighbors in Olney watched as police blocked streets and removed items from the home, concerned about what they were seeing.
Can't believe something like that is going on in your own neighborhood. I mean, I don't know the people personally, but I know who lives in the house. I've seen them around before. Him and his sister.
What's he like?
He does. It's quiet. He keeps to himself.
Sources 24 hours ago first tipped off CBS News Philadelphia to an unfolding investigation. Detectives swarmed the home at first looking for any signs of human remains. Police officials on Friday say they had not found any, but the volume of chemicals uncovered and the timing of the nation's 250th is concerning to them.
Let's put it this way, I'm not a chemist, but from what I've been told, if some of those chemical materials would have been put together, they could have been explosives.
Philadelphia police tell me the analysis of everything that they've removed from that house and the FBI also assisting in this investigation will certainly add to the list of charges this defendant is now facing. We are live in Olney. Joe Holden, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Now, here's where this story gets even deeper, people. This guy right here, Eugene Horst, the one that they busted in the house, the one that was in the car with the girl and all that, with the guns, and they went to the house and found this stuff. His father is a white American man by the name of Raymond R.C. Horst. Now, his father, Raymond R.C. Horst, he was a Philadelphia area photographer, filmmaker, pornographer, a convicted criminal, and also a drug manufacturer, okay? He lived in that house. He died in 2025 at age 82 in that house, his father. Okay, now his father was born in the area, East Stroudsburg, Chalfont, Pennsylvania in 1943. That's where he grew up. Now his father grew up as an academically gifted dude. He was a National Merit Scholar, and he eventually became involved in Philadelphia's underground film scene during the 60s and 70s. He later produced all kinds of explicit films, and he became known for his erotic photography. So that's what he decided to do with his so-called smarts and being an academic. This is what he wanted to do right here. Produce explicit films and erotic photography and all kinds of underground stuff. Very extensive criminal history, this dude, R.C. Horst, the guy's dad. In 1974, the U.S. Secret Service busted a counterfeit money operation that he was running. They found more than $1 million in counterfeit $10 bills. And for that, he served 2 years in prison. White privilege here. And in 1977, authorities caught him operating a meth lab. Okay? So he already got busted by the Secret Service with $1 million in counterfeit money. Gets a slap on the wrist because he's white. Serves 2 years. He comes out of prison. Then they caught him operating a meth lab. Now he figures, I'm going to face more time. So he fled the country. This dude went to New Zealand with a stolen identity, posing as a Stanford-educated chemist named Dr. Stanley Eugene Stokowski. He got professional employment in New Zealand. He used all kinds of fraudulent academic credentials. They eventually caught up with him, and he was returned to the United States and imprisoned again. Okay? Now, the thing about this dude and the connection to what's going on in this house, this is his house. This is this dude's house, but that's his son, who lived there also, involved in whatever else, they had going on in the family. His photography, right, and the stuff that he did, his little movies and horror stuff, it often involved women who were struggling with drug addiction and sex work in the Philadelphia, Kensington area. People, you see how that place looks now. Disgusting. Bunch of junkies and people laying around and fiends. And so the photographs that this dude would take and the films depicted strangulation, drownings, bondage, violence, all kinds of death, stuff that white people like. You know what I mean? He also wrote a autobiographical fiction involving serial killers and described one of his works as involving supposedly caring for an empathetic serial killer. I mean, this is some sick stuff right here. Listen to this, people. This father, this guy, R.C., okay? He married a young lady named Amy McHale, way much younger than him, okay? They got married in 2004, and after that, they divorced. But even though they divorced, they stayed in contact with each other. On June 13th, 2016, this woman, Amy McHale, who was this guy's ex-wife, who she still kept in contact with, she left her daughter a voicemail saying that she was safe and she was at Raymond R.C. Horse's house at 417 West Chew Avenue in Philadelphia. After Amy left this message with her daughter, she was never seen or heard from again. To this day, this is his ex-wife, okay, whom he divorced, married her in 2004, way much younger than him, okay, way much younger than him. She goes, well, who knows if she went over there? I mean, she left a voice message to her daughter, 2016, saying, I'm over here and I'm safe. Never heard from her again. Where they think she's at, we know. I mean, that's what they have them big jugs of oil at this house for. This is how these people get rid of these bodies, man. He was never convicted of killing Amy, and her disappearance, she just vanished. She just vanished. So here's the thing here. Here's what's going on with this. Yeah, the dad passed away, R.C. Horse. You know, he has all these nasty, satanic, erotic photos, but that's the work he was into. You know, he had all this stuff in his house. That's what he did. That's the stuff that, you know, his community accepted and that was cool to them or whatever. But now they got to see what's real and what's not, because they know for a fact that it's dead. They definitely killed people. But did they kill all these people in these pictures, or are they acting pictures from the 80s and 90s or whatever in the 2000s? Because this dude was still working well into the 2000s, the dad. You know what I mean? So now they got all this nasty satanic blood and gore, and they got to figure out what's real, what's fake. Because we know that he's definitely killing women. That's a fact. They also have a real life Breaking Bad type lab in this place, people. Meth labs, torture rooms, caches of big guns and weapons, urns. Okay? Remains nobody knows where they belong to. Big barrels of oily substances. Which we know, see, that's the thing. If you got all these women who are missing, who may have been out there laying around in Kensington area, dope fiends. Lady might have came from Utah, Vermont, Wisconsin, wherever, just to go get high around there. You know, dope fiends and stuff, they like to go to other places where they can have camaraderie with other junkies and stuff. Their family might not even, you know what I mean, heard of them, know nothing about it. Throw them up in that liquid right there, that oily substance. Boom, done. You know what I mean? Melt them down, you know, never hear from them again. This is wild. Now, people, this is how you know that somebody's in with these. These guys have higher ups at certain levels that allow them to do this type of stuff. Look, more than a year ago, in May of 2025, this house that they live in, this house of horrors, with everything in it that I said, it caught on fire. There was a fire in the house, right? The fire department went there. Now, when the fire department went there, they found a commercial grade grow house, for drugs, growing whatever they wanted to grow. Wheat, all kinds of different exotics, whatever. They compared it to something that was in a lab in Breaking Bad, okay? They found this in his house more than a year ago. But that's all they spoke about. They didn't arrest nobody when they found that. They didn't do a full search of the house and find over 70 devices that have photos of thousands upon thousands of photos and pictures, hurting and killing women and all kind of other stuff. They didn't find these jugs or containers that are used to melt bodies and all this other stuff, a cache of weapons. That was over a year ago. This dude right here that they just found on the street, he lived in his house with his dad. All this was going on. So you telling me, right, that's the thing. If us, right, 5 of us right now, we go in this house, we responding to this house because they say it's a house fire, we got to go do our thing and put it out or whatever. You don't think we would have found any of this stuff? It's right in plain sight. So just from the grow house alone, what they were growing, somebody should have been locked up and arrested. They also found large amounts of opioids in his house. You know what I mean? They got all out full meth labs in here. So now they find human remains, videos, photos, torture room, weapons, drug operation. All that stuff was in the house when y'all went in there to respond to a fire, yo. So they went in there and just left. People know who's in on this stuff, man. They all, I'm not saying the whole white community is in on it, but the people who are important, that could move and shake and do some things, they definitely know about this. How could nobody get it? Could you imagine? They return to our house, people, they find 3 guns. Just say they found 3 guns with the serial number scratched off. They putting us on America's most. They coming, man. They coming to your mom's house, your grandmother's house. They looking for you. But these guys get away with this. White American madness. Nobody's going to do nothing about this. But you got these white cowardly men sitting around talking about stuff that don't even matter to them, like George Floyd in a picture somewhere causing an uproar, talking about what black people are doing. You know, talking about how people in Dallas, Texas have a place to wash before they pray at the airport. They want to have a march in the street and all kinds of other stupid stuff. But in their community, look how evil and destructive and violent and satanic and harmful they are to their children, their women, the young people. Look at this. They got guys doing this. Nothing about that though, huh? Because you guys are a bunch of cowards, yo. A bunch of maricones. Always looking for a way to look at something else instead of focusing on what you need to focus on. All fake outrage. Epstein list and all that. All fake outrage. Not saying nothing about that. Not saying nothing about all the stuff you do to the small people in your community. Oh, let's see what they talk about. Let's talk about what Jasmine Crockett doing. Let's talk about what you get the F out of here. That's why nobody respects you. That's why worldwide amongst other men, you're known, all of you are known as homosexuals. Nobody respects white American men. Bunch of cowards. It don't matter how much steroids you take, how much stuff you try to do, act like you're going out hunting and swinging kettlebells and chopping up a deer and all that other nonsense is all fake, because you're not using none of them weapons or survival skills or steroids you take to go do something to these guys who harm your people in your community. He's talking about what black people doing. Shut the F up. Anyway, people, get in the comments. Let me know what you know about this. Link in the description to the masterpiece. The N-word is no secret in the service. Link to the email list. Go ahead and holler at that just in case YouTube start doing their thing. Easy.